Let's do it. Episode 20 with the Trana boys. We are here in Vegas. I wanted to show the background of Vegas, but just screwed up the lighting. So we're doing it live here. We're in Vegas. It's super sweet, super sick. We're going to hear about these guys. These guys are from Minnesota, rural Minnesota. And I really want your guys' story like blasted out right now to the public because it's just so sick. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy you guys are here right now.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I think we ought to be loud because we had to figure out what we're doing. So I'm going to try to project your voice just to make sure that the computer can hear it. But yeah, boys, start the story. How'd you guys get into real estate?
TikTok, honestly.
TikTok?
Yep. I was watching Kong and some other people, and I bought like $100 course that showed me like this was like actually a thing that happens. I was like, all right, sick. Told him about it. He was going to college, and he's just like, sweet, dropped out. Then we joined Astro Flipping and kind of just took off from there.
So, okay, so you saw TikTok. What does it say in the TikTok?
It was just like, hey, you can get these properties on contracts and sell them for $10,000. And I was like,
and wow. Then what'd you do? Like, I mean, let's go through the steps. So then you Googled who is Kong and what is he talking about, or like what? Like, what was it?
Yeah, I was watching his YouTube videos and I was just seeing like this was a thing. He kept showing like checks, and I'm just like, damn, this guy's cool. Let's do this too. Why not?
And then he just told me I was going to college, and he's just like, yo, you can just get these contracts and sell them for $10,000. And I'm just like, this is amazing. And then I dropped out of college.
Their names are Brandon and Dylan, by the way. I don't feel like I said that. Like I just called them the Trana boys. So keep going.
So yeah, then we just started doing some research of wholesaling. Came across Astro Flipping. Hopped on a call.
So wait a minute. So you guys did the $100 course. Obviously not great because $100 doesn't get you that much.
It just basically taught us what wholesaling is.
Okay.
Yeah, it gave us a general understanding.
Of okay, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then, so how'd you guys find Astro Flipping? How did that happen?
Kind of found us because I was looking at Jerry Norton's software thing that he's got, and then I just like sent my email and my phone number with the Astro Flipping thing. I had no clue. I thought it was like the same thing. Then they called me, and then we were talking about it for like an hour. And after the phone call, me and Dylan were just like, all right, well, let's do this and let's make this happen.
Nice.
And then we got signed
So
up.
hold on, wait, let's back it up though, because I need to get this part of the story in there too. So you're going to college.
Yeah.
You're 18 at this time?
Yeah.
You're 18. You like what? Just graduated high school?
Graduated high school. I did plumbing and heating for like 3 months.
19 and 20. Yeah. 19 and 20. And these guys are crushing it in wholesaling right now. I just want the audience to know these boys are crushing it, and they're like I can't like, dude. What I was doing at 19 and 20, I was just like drinking and smoking and like and just like being an idiot and like that's so. It's just so impressive how much you guys have done. Honestly, like,
thank you.
Very sick. So what do you say to him? Because you're in college, right? So like that's like. You know, like that's like the set path that like everybody talks about, right? So like, how are you feeling in college? Like, what did he say to you exactly to like convince you and all that?
So I was going to college and basically just doing the drinking all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I was just like drinking all the time for like the 3 semesters that I went, but I was just not like liking it. And this is right when Corona hit, so everything went virtual.
Right.
And I'm just like, I can't even do this. I'm not like learning anything. I'm not having a fun time. Then he's just like, yo, do you want to sell these contracts for like $10,000? And I'm like,
I was doing plumbing and heating, and he went back to college for like the new semester or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I absolutely hated it. So then I moved into his house.
Okay.
And
where is this?
We moved to Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
That's where we moved to.
Oh my God, dude.
From
what is that? What is North Dakota any different than Minnesota? I have no idea.
It's just like
I grew up in California.
A lot of fields and no trees or anything.
Just nothing.
Yeah, just
barren wasteland. Apocalyptic wasteland.
I'm
sorry.
It literally just snowed. This is like April 21st, by the way. It just snowed 32 inches like last week.
Okay. Damn.
Freaking crazy.
That's a lot. Jesus Christ. Okay. You're in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Staying together.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Our rent was super cheap, and I had some money saved up, so I was like, fuck getting a job. I'm going to try and figure that out. I hope we can swear on here.
You can. It's okay. It's fine. I just told everyone I drank and smoked when I was 20 years old. It doesn't matter.
I love that. So I was trying to figure out how to make a lot of money, and I was doing a lot of research on real estate and like learning about these people. And that's when I came across wholesaling on TikTok, and then told him about it, and then kind of everything else that we just talked about.
He kind of explained it. I was like into stocks and stuff, so I didn't really know too much about real estate, but like what he was saying was making sense. And
So you both had kind of like an entrepreneurial spirit, though.
yeah.
So okay, so like, tell me about that a little bit. Did that manifest at all as like kids, or like when you were younger too?
So our parents own a grocery store, so they were pretty much entrepreneurs, and our grandparents were also entrepreneurs, so it's kind of what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And like our parents were like ran this grocery store, but then like after that, like it was kind of like us like running a little bit, or like we were kind of like doing a lot of shit for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of like understood like, all right, this is like what being business owners like.
Like both side grandparents though, like my dad's side grandparents like ran a restaurant, like owned their own business, and then my parents like were running that restaurant. But then my mom's parents were owning a grocery store in town, and then our parents kind of like took that store over.
Mm.
But so like all our
Okay.
families basically been running their own businesses this whole
Okay.
time. So I feel like that's kind of just
So-
like what we've been seeing.
So how did that translate? So you'd been seeing like your parents running businesses and stuff. So like, was it like when you were in that environment, you were attracted to the fact of like going your own way and making money, or like what was it like that attracted to do what your parents had been doing?
I kind of always like knew I was going to be my own boss, and like I saw everyone was going to college, and I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was either going to find like a job, or I was going to figure it out.
Right.
So like college was never really an option. It was either figure it out or like figure it out. So like that's just kind of like what I was.
Figure it out or figure it out.
Yeah, because I saw what he was doing at college. I'm not spending $9,000 a semester to like go
Right.
do that shit, and it's not going to help me out.
Right. Cool. Then you convinced him, which is cool. And then like, was it literally just like a one thing, like one conversation, and you're just like, hell yeah.
We honestly started driving for dollars in Fargo for like 2 weeks, but we didn't really know
Okay,
what
so
was
for
going
the
on.
audience, how big is Fargo?
Fargo's like 250,000 people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like Fargo and Moorhead. They're like two cities, but it's not
So
too
Fargo, okay, but that's not where you grew up, right?
big.
You grew
No,
up in no.
Grew
Okay,
up in
so
like central of Minnesota.
yeah,
Henning, Minnesota.
and like how many people lived in your guys' town?
800.
Like 800 people for the entire town, right?
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, Fargo, driving for dollars.
We
Yeah.
didn't even know. I was like,
That's when we
True
were taking
People
that
Search.
$100 course.
Yeah, it was that
Like-
$100 course, and I was True People searching, called like 3 people, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it. I
Right.
ain't doing this, and then started researching more, and then came across astro flipping.
Right. Nice.
Yep.
Cool. Hell yeah. So, okay. So you find out about astro flipping, and then you join it, but like you guys are like right now just like college students, and the course is kind of expensive. Like, how'd you guys like do it? Did you guys like fund it? Did your parents help you out, or like what happened?
So going back, we were mostly like working at our parents' grocery store like the whole time. So like we were kind of like also running it too at the same time. And, like we were able to like
You've been
learn
hustling.
Yeah, well, like we were hustling since we were like super young, like at our parents' store. But
I was never like blowing money on dumbass shit too. I was saving it up because I knew like I would need either money to get into something, or I'm gonna need time. And living in Fargo, North Dakota, my rent was $300, and like for food and gas, that's all I really had to pay. And like I had money saved up, so astro flipping was kind of like, all right, we got enough to make this work.
yeah,
So
Right.
we kind of just like put our money together, bought it, and then we just like lived off what we had while we were figuring that out.
That's so crazy. So what were your feelings in that? Because I had a similar experience, like starting, like when I did it, I had like $5,000 in my bank account, and like I had been just like doing similar stuff. I mean, I was just listening to podcasts by like Max Maxwell, going through the whole thing of like just being like, I got a cold call, I got to drive for dollars. And then what got me into it was I literally saw an ad of like Josiah on YouTube, and he was talking about, okay, well, this is kind of the old way of wholesaling. Was the old way of wholesaling was like spending money on marketing, going direct to seller. Let me show you a different way. And like went into that. I sign up. I do like the monthly plan. I'm on like a 0% interest credit card, being like, all right, I got 1 year to pay all this shit off, so let's freaking go. Worked out, but so where was I going with that? So for you guys, like, how did it feel for you guys? Because that's rough. Like, how did you guys push through the fears that must be coming up while that's happening?
Yeah,
that's a good
definitely.
question.
I feel like when we were growing up, we were always like talking to people at that store, at like our parents' store. So talking to people wasn't something that was super scary to us. Obviously, like there's those first hurdles when you start to rip phone calls for the first time to like real estate agents or other wholesalers. There's kind of, those hurdles, like, I don't know what to say. And like at the beginning of your wholesaling journey, like you don't really know what to say. But I guess like we just started watching the course and taking action and listening to Jamil and just like doing what he was just pointing us in the right direction. And I guess we were just like listening to what he said.
Mm-hmm. Before the fears
we
like
knew
really
it
started, we knew this was gonna work. We just knew we had to do it. So like taking action,
So
like
just
there was no
doubts.
hesitation to that. They were just like, this is what you do. And like as soon as that video was done, we went and started doing it.
Damn.
Because
That's
like
so
we were
sick.
just like, well, shit, like I don't have any other income coming, so let's make this shit work fast. So then we
Yeah.
can just like figure it out.
But you guys weren't afraid at all that like it wouldn't work? You guys were just like, it's 100% going to work?
Yeah.
We kept getting told by people like in their family and like in our like old town, which is telling us like this ain't gonna work, and some dude just scammed us out of our money. But we were just like, okay, well he's the only one who says it'll work, so like why am I listening to you guys?
So what was that like though? Because that was something you guys have talked to me about, being in that environment of like 800 people, how there's not like an abundance mindset there at all. It's like you were telling me how like everybody, all they do is just drink and like hunt and like kind of talk shit all the time. So like what was it like? I mean, what was it like hearing that from like family and friends being like, oh, you got scammed?
Seeing it from their perspective of them not even knowing like real estate's a thing to like produce income, and just like them having no knowledge of anything, kind of just took a step back and just saw, okay, they're like misinformed, so they're just gonna say it doesn't work. No worries.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it out of like, they just were so confused on what it was. I feel like, because like if you ask like most people in the United States what wholesaling is, no one knows what wholesaling is.
Right.
And when they hear what it is, they're just like, that doesn't sound real. So like I think it was just kind of like a confusion thing, just like, what, you can sell these contracts for $10,000.
So you think it was confusion? You don't think it was like malice at all?
I feel like people just didn't believe that wholesaling real estate was a real thing.
When
Okay.
people don't know something, they just say like, no, doesn't work, or it's illegal.
The confused
You know
mind
what I mean?
says no.
Yeah.
It's like a common like phrase. I get that for sure. But like, was it any of your close family members? Was it like your parents or like any of them? Like, what were they thinking at that moment? Because you guys are young kids, right? Like, I feel like most parents, when like they're dealing with young adults that are like 18 and 19, they're like, really concerned. They're like letting them out for the first time. Like, what were your parents thinking?
They didn't say it too much, but they didn't really know what was going on, because we also didn't quite let them know what was going on, because like the less people that knew, the less distractions we were gonna have. But
I like it.
at first they were confused because like we weren't working, so like, oh, how are you making money, all this other stuff. And then we kind of like started to figure it out. Then once they saw us do a couple deals, then they started to see like, oh shit, all right, this is what's actually
So the
happening.
timeline though, so like, okay, like, because how long did it take you guys to get your first deal? First off,
Closed my first deal on my birthday, and it took 5 months to get
5 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so then like for those 5 months though, where like nothing's happened so far, because once you do it, then you prove it to your parents, right? Like that's where it's like the money, like the proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
But for those 5 months, what are they thinking exactly? Like how because you haven't gotten money yet, so what are they thinking you're doing?
Probably, and like I don't know if this is true or not, but I think a lot of people think that we were selling a bunch of drugs in Fargo, because like we were just like, how are these kids living?
Yeah,
It's like we were just
honestly,
trying to hustle, honestly.
we had dollars saved up, and we
Right, 'cause
we
you
weren't
saved
like
the money.
we weren't like really, we didn't have like any expenses really,
Right.
and like we were just hustling every day. I guess like they're kind of scared. And, like, they're asking, like, why hasn't it happened yet? Like, where's the deals? Like, how come you guys said you guys getting new deals right away? But, like,
and that didn't give you any anxiety at all? Like,
we
when
were,
people
like,
put
too
pressure-
focused on making it work.
Damn.
Yeah, we just like
We just
turned the
can't
phones
hear.
off and like we lived away from them, so like
Dang.
can't hear the noise.
That's so crazy. That's freaking awesome. I like that. That's a good takeaway of like if you're dealing with people that are negative, even if it's family and friends, you just got to turn that off. Like literally, like turn it off like in order for you to do what you need to do.
And I don't think
I like that
anyone's
a lot.
doing it to, like, hurt us at all or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just think people, like, are afraid of new things and, like, they just want to stay safe and, like, stay in the same spot. So, like, when new things are happening or, like, growth
Mhm.
is happening, it's, like, a different thing and they're just not used to that.
Right.
And because most people do get resistance that join real estate right away.
Right.
Most people do get, like, that resistance. Like, everyone's like, what are you doing? Like, what's wholesale? Like, what's real estate? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I get that for sure. That's so interesting to me. Like, because my family knew what was going on. I think my family was just always just like, all right, let's see what happens. We'll like save him if he's completely screws up. But I think hopefully he's got it. Cool. So going into astro flipping, we're in astro flipping now. Where are you? Are you still in Fargo when you joined astro?
Joined Astro Flipping in December of 2020, and yeah, we were in Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay, so then you do that for 5 months. You get a deal. Is it in North Dakota? Like, is this your market right now? Like, where is this deal?
We were trying to virtually wholesale in Phoenix, Arizona, but then we got direct to seller deals in Detroit, Michigan.
Those first 4 months of like our wholesaling journey, like January through April, we were just like watching the course, watching like learning about what real estate is. We weren't taking too much action. And then like when we did like get to week 3 where it started like telling you to start reaching out to people on Facebook and start connecting with other wholesalers, that's when we started just taking like too much action because we thought like we knew everything and we didn't keep watching the course. But we basically just like got shiny object syndrome. Like we were trying to do deals in Phoenix, then we're trying to do deals in North Dakota, then we're trying to do deals in Detroit, then Florida. And like we were just like hopping around everywhere, not really getting any traction in any markets. And then in April, at the end of March, actually, we went down to Arizona. Then we got back to Fargo and we're like, we got to go back to Arizona. Like that was sweet. Like we just went there for a week for our cousin's wedding, but we're like, that place is awesome. We need to figure out this wholesaling thing. And then April, we're in Fargo. We really start hustling and just being consistent with one thing, which we were texting sellers in Detroit.
Yeah.
And he locks up his first deal like a month after.
So it was a direct to seller deal.
Yeah, through text messages. Got under contract at 9, sold it at 13. And then, yeah, we did 4 deals in Detroit. We had like 13 in escrow at one time and only 4 of them closed.
Damn.
We had buyers for all of them too. There's just too much shit wrong with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Title company and like that. There's a land bank and like
there's liens on the property.
There's like an $8,000 water bill, and the house was like getting sold for $3,000. It's just like, how is this even possible?
$3,000. That's so crazy. Detroit is such a crazy market for that. They literally like maybe I heard like during the financial crisis they were literally like, all right, we're just gonna give land for free to people.
You can buy these houses for like
there's like a land
which is
bank
crazy,
where
right?
you buy them like $1,000, but you got to fix them up to a certain level, and like they get a pass inspection.
It's pretty darn crazy.
Yeah,
that's so gnarly. So okay, doing some direct to seller, and then keep going. So you're like,
we did 2 direct to seller deals, and then 2 of them were JVs, co-wholesale with another wholesaler, and then he got 2 agent deals in Arizona from Fargo.
Yeah. So
why Arizona?
Jamil was there. We just like we didn't have to even figure out the buyers.
Right.
Because Phoenix, everyone's there. You know what I mean? Like we can reach out to anyone for help. We don't have to take care of the buyer side. We just got to find a deal.
Right.
It's like we knew that side was already taken care of. We just had to go find something like a deal that someone wanted.
And you knew exactly what to buy it at too.
Right. Yeah. And we can get buy prices.
It just made the most sense, honestly.
So then we just started hitting agents and like wholesalers super hard.
Mm.
After like we did like 4 deals in Detroit, like how we had 13 in escrow and only 4 closed, and we're like, let's not do Detroit anymore. Let's
Right.
go to Arizona and do some big deals. So then we just started reaching out to agents.
Wait, I'm curious on the
wholesalers.
Detroit ones. How much did you guys make? Was it like 1,000 or something?
We made
It was like a 4K,
4K.
Oh, that's
3K, and then like 2 like $1,500 ones.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's almost 10K though. That's some money you can like use to burn though, like on like the course and like other stuff.
Our air conditioner was like broken in our truck. And like the first deal closes, and we're like, yes, we can finally have AC.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Cool. Coolio. Okay. So, all right. So you start in Phoenix. You're still in Fargo.
Still in Fargo. It's like July.
Okay. So keep going.
I lock up my first deal, which is an agent off-market deal.
So wait a minute. Why are you separating those two? Were you guys kind of having two different businesses? Because you
What do you
said
mean?
you said you locked up your first deal. Was it the same deal?
No.
So
I got my first deal in 5 months. It took him 7 months to
But
get his first
okay.
deal.
So like when you say that though, like you're saying like where you like called the agent and you
We were
got
collaborating with another wholesaler as well.
Right.
We were all learning at the same time. So like those
Gotcha.
4 Detroit deals, there was 3 of us working on those
Gotcha.
4 while we were
Yeah.
learning the process.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, okay, keep going with the story.
So then, yeah, I locked up my first deal in July. It's like 7 months into wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was an agent off-market deal and made like 5K. And we're like, sweet, we got like that proof of concept for like an agent deal,
And a Phoenix deal.
and in like Arizona.
You know, actually, here's a question that I want to ask you guys. How did it feel getting your first deal?
Honestly, it was a Detroit deal, and our buyer was sketchy as fuck. And like he's like right at the end of it, he's just like, "You guys pay closing costs, so we're not closing." We're just like, "Dude, really?" So like our fee got like lower, but like
So it was kind of annoying.
yeah, but like it was cool. It was
We
my
were getting
birthday.
bulldogged because like we didn't really know what was going on too.
Right.
Yeah.
So like we kind of
Didn't
Like,
know what
we
to
just
do.
wanted
whatever.
it to close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that was it was actually kind of negative because of that.
I honestly had a good time. It was on my birthday too,
Yeah.
so like first time ever getting paid from this, and I was like, sweet, all right.
Yeah.
We knew it
Dude,
worked,
the-
so it
the-
wasn't like crazy, like mind blowing. But we're just like,
That's
we
the
did it.
craziest part to me is that you guys, like for me, when I got my first deal, I was almost spiritual because I was like, damn, hell yeah. Like I like, cause I was like, in my head was like, I know this is going to work, but like, I also just have no idea if I can do it. You guys just didn't have that at all. You guys were like, it works and we can do it and it's going to happen. And so your first deal when it happens is like, this is just kind of annoying. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, that's just like, I want more money.
Yep.
That's insanity to me. That's so crazy. That's
Well, 'cause,
dope,
like,
though.
We talked to like Jamil. We saw he's doing deals. We talked to like people like Keegley. They're doing deals. We're talking to other people in like Astro flipping. We're like, well, everyone's like, if everyone's doing
That's
deals,
the
like I
truth,
can
dude.
do deals.
That's the truth. Is like, there's so many people doing it in real estate that's like, bro, I'm not starting the new Apple. Like anybody, like a lot of people can do real estate.
Yeah.
It's like definitely 100% possible.
Yep.
I just think that's so cool. Okay. I keep interrupting you guys with like questions that I have in my head. You get your first deal. You do proof of concept for agents.
And like Arizona, we're like, okay, sweet, we can do an Arizona deal.
Okay.
Like that was, I feel like that was more like, that was like our 5th deal total, but that was more like proof of concept.
Okay.
If that, or not proof of concept, but we're just like, we can do this in Arizona from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we're just like, these are bigger deals too. And then
Okay.
I locked up another deal in Tucson, Arizona. We made like 4K on that.
And this is just you're in Fargo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And you're doing it virtually.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going.
So then it was July, and then August.
We closed with that second
We
deal.
closed that second Arizona deal, and then
So we've done 6 deals total, and it's like 8 months into wholesaling.
yep, and we were like dead broke in Fargo, and like we kept seeing the mastermind pop up, and we were just like, damn, I don't know how I'm going, but I know I'm gonna be there. We kept saying that to each other.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, and then shout out our mom and dad, honestly, because like they seen us hustling for all those months, and they're just like,
Well,
and like they're just like, you know what, like you guys really want to go to Arizona, and like we didn't have enough dollars to like move down there, like and go to the mastermind too. So shout out them, they gave us like a loan and helped us out. Like we're gonna pay it back, but like they like gave us the dollars up front for us to go down there.
That's dope. That's dope that
was
your
sweet.
parents were very supportive once they saw that you were doing it. That's sick.
Yeah. They just knew
That's a
that we
lot.
were like trying and like hustling every single day, so they knew that we were gonna like be serious about it.
That's sick. That's dope as hell. So you go to the mastermind. That's where we meet. We meet at the mastermind. It's super sick. You guys had decided you were going to move to Arizona at that point.
Yeah.
So when was that decision made?
We knew, okay, after we went in like at the end of March and April, we like saw how awesome AZ was, but we're just like, if we were down there around all these people all the time and like in that community, because like we weren't really talking about wholesaling or real estate with anyone in person, and like the campfire effect, when you're around people and like you get around like-minded people, you like just start growing exponentially.
Right.
And we're just like, if we could just be there for a couple months, then we'd figure it out.
So basically you guys were like, okay, we're doing all right, but we're in goddamn North Dakota. I don't really like know anyone doing wholesaling here, right? So you're like, man, I need to get around a community that can like push me forward and like be a part of something. That was the idea, and you guys like kind of intuitively felt that.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't want to live in Fargo honestly anymore. I wanted to live in Arizona at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying to leave because like it's like snowy still and it's like almost May, but like whatever. A big thing too was like we knew how to do deals and we knew this business worked, but we needed to see it, and like the mastermind laid it out for us so we could like understand like, okay, if this happens, then we're gonna start doing more deals.
Mm-hmm.
So like going there and seeing like this actual business model instead of just like what I thought it looked like, this just like helped like make a better understanding of how to do it.
Okay, nice. I love that. That's so interesting. The pattern I'm seeing in you guys is so much the, what is it called? Just like the, just have faith. Like it's gonna work out type of thing. Did you like? I'm just curious if you like, because like every single part of this of like just being like, nope, it's gonna work. Screw the people who are talking to me. I know I need to be around people. I just feel that. Like where where that came from? Because this whole podcast, what it's about is like figuring out, okay, how can I help the person who's trying to figure out how to get into entrepreneurship and like give them a way to do it. Do you you don't have to come up with a formula or anything, but if you guys can think a little bit about like, what do you think? Do you think it's just in your nature, or was there something like more that someone could do?
I think the first week of the astro flipping course and how Jamil breaks that down and like basically making you aware how like abundance and scarcity like do exist, and like just
explain a little bit about like what specifically in that week hit that.
I guess it's just like trying to live out of a life out of like love and abundance, and like how there is enough for everyone and everyone can win, and just because some people are winning doesn't mean anyone else. Like everyone can win.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a scarcity of dollars. There's not a scarcity of winning. Everyone can win. And like, I feel like the first week of the course, like we would have paid that, like just for that, like over and over again, because like that part really like laid it out super awesome. And just like, but we also knew if we were just consistent and did it every single day, it was going to work.
How did you know? Just because you saw everyone else doing it, basically?
I knew I was going to make a lot of money. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. But I knew I was going to be rich.
A lot of it sounds like nature. Like it seems like, because I like really want to hit on this, because this is like, because I've noticed this after doing this podcast a bunch of times, is like there's just certain people where it's like almost in their nature to be like, I'm just going to do it. Screw everyone else. Like it's either in their nature or their nurture. And I'm trying to figure out the nurture part. My theory, this is just me kind of like expounding now because I like thinking about this stuff, is a lot of it is nature, just how you're born. And then half of it too is, I think, like the environment. Like a lot of people I've noticed either like like for me, I'm pretty sure it was like my parents were just always like, you can do anything you put your mind to constantly. Like that was constantly put in my mind. And then I think it's either that or just like you guys, where it's like you grew up seeing how entrepreneurship worked and seeing how it happens.
I think it was kind of a little bit of both because we grew up with like an entrepreneur family. So like we didn't get like I don't know the word to say it, but like, do you know how like employee mindset and then like entrepreneur mindset is like two different things?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Explain it to them though.
So entrepreneurs try to provide value and like that's how they get compensated. They're not just like guaranteed this many dollars just for a certain amount of time. They go do stuff for free until like they provide value and get compensated from like my understanding.
Yeah.
And I honestly think also we played basketball like almost in our small town, like us and our like basketball buddies were like all just a like band of brothers and like we were hooping like every single day of our life from like kindergarten. So like I feel like just that, and we won state my senior year and like they were gonna win it his senior year. Like we knew if we like won states, so like we knew like what we wanted to achieve like was possible if we were just consistent, disciplined, and like focused on it every single day. And I feel like real estate's the same because like we literally do it every single day.
Basketball really ingrained into us like hard work and like dedication to something.
That's it.
And like literally, because we were at the gym, like we'd make like 200 shots a day.
Damn.
Like every single day, and like even if the gym wasn't open, we had our own basketball hoop outside. So like it was just commitment to just like fall in love with the process. It's not like we're going out here and playing, like we're like literally just out here putting in reps. Same thing with real estate. We just got to make a lot of phone calls and then we get paid.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's part of it too. I mean, I can tell
that's definitely a huge part.
Huge part is the fact you guys were so into sports and you saw what could happen if you put yourself to it, if you put your mind into it.
Yeah. That
totally makes sense. So I feel like sports are like, it's very similar to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It seems to me like pretty similar. It's what, like, okay, so you were talking about like the consistency, like consistently practicing, consistently doing the same thing over and over again. What other lessons?
Teamwork, like he could go try to figure it out on his own and I can go try to figure it out on our own. But like, if we just work together and like push each other and keep each other accountable and like focused on like the similar goal, it's going to like happen twice as fast.
Right.
One thing our coach Randy said all the time was you're only in control of two things ever, and it's your attitude and your effort.
Mm-hmm.
You're always in control of that. So you can always choose to have a positive mindset and you can always choose to give 100%, or you can choose to think shitty and like barely try. And like the results, you're going to get different results for what you do. So attitude and effort, that was like a huge thing.
I love that. How many, like, when you think about your coach, how do you think he influenced your guys' lives?
Oh, I think they were awesome. They just like really ingrained those like consistency, discipline, focus, like
hard work.
Yeah, hard work, teamwork. Like winning is what's important, not like you get your own. You know what I mean? It's like you want the whole thing to win. You know, like I want him to win.
You want everybody to win. I get it. That's so translates so well to entrepreneurship because it's so similar. It's like, yeah, we're competing in some ways for sure, but like also you can like work so well together to like rise everybody up. Everybody can get rich. Like it doesn't have to be like, yes, there's a competition here, but like everybody can make this happen, which like I love what you guys are talking about there. And like that I feel like would 100% do it if you've been like playing basketball since you were in kindergarten.
Every single day.
That's crazy. So
yeah, and like just the consistency, because like unlike the calls, like if we're not like driving somewhere, like we're gonna be ripping calls. Like we're the most like consistent on the phones, and like that's why we get the results is just because we put in the time.
Right, 100%. So, okay, Phoenix. So you mastermind. You've decided to go to Phoenix. Keep going with the story.
So we were actually, those 2 Arizona deals I did from Fargo, North Dakota in Arizona, those were from real estate agents. And Jamil kept saying, just keep reaching out to real estate agents, keep reaching out to real estate agents. And for some reason, like, we weren't hearing it. So we kept reaching out to wholesalers. And we're trying to like, we were just trying to like dispo deals and like try to just find everyone a buyer. And like, we were doing that like all of like August and September, and we got 0 deals. And then after the mastermind, Jamil's just like, again, but in person this time, he's like, just agents this time. And we're just like, all right. So we basically started from scratch, stopped talking to all the wholesalers, and we just started ripping calls.
Jamil was just like,
you were there, you saw like the first day after the mastermind, like we were just in that Airbnb, just literally ripping calls like every single day. We had no dollars coming in, so the only thing we could do was try to find deals.
I love it.
Yeah. And like, yeah, Jamil's just like, just agents, don't do anything else. Come back every Sunday and tell me how many you talked to. So like, there's the accountability right there. So we checked in with him every single week until he finally got our first deal. And it was like September, October, November. Then we didn't even close a deal until after Christmas.
But we closed 3
December.
deals like the last week of December.
That's great.
It's like we hustled like all of October, November, and then 3 closings right at the end of December.
Nice.
But then we built up a database of hundreds of agents for each of us to talk to.
Yeah.
And that know that we're looking for deals.
Nice. So literally, so people understand, you literally go to the mastermind. How do you contact agents? Like, how are you hitting them up?
Honestly, we were using a dialer, but we were burning through money fast.
So a dialer, for people who don't know, it's just literally a software that lets you call over and over again and call like 3 people at once.
Yeah. So we had like a triple line dialer, but that was like getting expensive. It was a couple $100 a month. And like at that time, that's like, we were making our decisions based on like that many dollars.
Right.
But like, we're just like, geez, that's like getting expensive.
Yeah.
And he's like making just many contacts, hand dialing off his phone.
Okay.
So
Just
we
the Wi-Fi.
just stripped down to like everything. Our Wi-Fi at
The
our
Wi-Fi
place
at the
was very good.
Airbnb like literally did not work.
Damn.
Like the day that you left, like after that, it didn't work the whole time. So I was just hand dialing the whole time, and I was talking to more people than him, and he was trying to do the dialer. So then we just got rid of the dialer and we just started hand dialing. And like, you'd be surprised how many people in Arizona are from Minnesota and know where I'm from, because like, oh, it's a 218 number, no one's gonna pick up your phone. Everyone picks up my phone.
That's
crazy.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Wait, why?
Everyone, I
People
swear,
know where
like,
I'm
and
from. It's crazy.
even like
No,
in
but like if
Phoenix-
it's a random call, it's a cold call.
Yeah.
Just cause?
Yeah, they just pick up my phone. I don't know.
and we also dialed hundreds of them or like thousands
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. But no, we just like literally stripped down. So like our only expense was like Podio for $9 a month.
Right.
And we just started adding agents off like literally realtor.com.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
love that. So then, what would you say to somebody who's having trouble with discipline and consistency? Like, what was it because you guys saw the results, you think, that you were like, no, we're just going to keep doing it?
Squat up with someone and get an accountability partner.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine right there. So like every morning when one person is just like, oh, let's just go back to sleep at 3:50, the other person's just like, nah, get your ass up. Like, let's do this shit.
That's sick. That's
so
so
it's
cool.
it's just keeping each other accountable and just like, hey, are you calling right now or are you on Instagram? And it's like same thing back and forth.
And we also squatted up with a dispo wholesaler
Right.
in Phoenix. Shout out Jeremy. He's like Jamil's guy. But like when you're newer and doing this real estate, you got to have someone that has like way more experience about the market than you. You got to like have someone when you don't know how to make an offer, you can go to them and say, hey, can I get a buy price on this address? Because like I don't know how much I should offer on it. So like we squatted up right away, and I feel like that's a huge thing too. And like if you're bringing value to people, like either if you're sending them addresses or just like driving for dollars, like trying to generate like leads, people will like help you out too. And I feel like we like just knew to squat up right away. Like we didn't even like think about it twice.
I love it.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. This is something interesting too that I kind of been thinking about a little bit with you guys specifically, because I feel like you guys are just so close as brothers. Like the fact that you guys are starting a business together, and B, like living together and just like doing everything together. Like, was it Was it always like that?
We always were until he moved to college.
Really?
And then we both turned into dumbasses, honestly.
No,
All
yeah,
right.
we kind of separated. We're doing our own thing, and then we're just like.
This ain't.
I
it.
honestly felt like when I was going to college and stuff, I didn't really know what to do because I was just focused on basketball at my whole high school and like whole time. And then like it was like time for college, and everyone's like, "All right, where are you going?" I'm like, I guess I'll do this." But then
yeah, we grew up and like we were always doing like every single thing together.
and we were like playing basketball, like how you said,
Together,
like
like-
every single day. So like we've basically been doing the
We've
same
been
thing
doing
like the whole time.
together like the whole time, man.
That's crazy. So how? Because that's so interesting to me. And I mean, like, I have a really good relationship with my sister too. Not quite like you guys, where we're like spending every single moment together, but that's also because we're interested in different things. I'm gonna get a little bit deep in the sense of like, what do you guys think makes your guys' relationship so good as brothers? Do you guys have any idea, or is it just more it's always been that way?
I think we both just want to see each other like absolutely crush.
Mm-hmm.
And like we know we're gonna be able to do way more together than if we went and did our own thing.
Mhm.
And like we want to do similar stuff too, so like it already
Gotcha.
like-
It's like lined up, and like we're already built-in best friends because like
Right.
we already were.
yeah,
yeah,
brothers. That's just sick. I
Yeah,
freaking love that.
we're really blessed, honestly.
yeah.
Or like a lot of
Because one of
people
you
wish
could be
they could
an
have
a-hole.
what we have.
Huh?
And I'm
Because
very
one of you could have
grateful.
grown up an a-hole, but instead both of you are dope.
Yeah, or just being blessed with like a brother that's my best friend and business partner, lifting partner. Like,
and super close in age, so it's like it's not like a weird thing where we didn't like we grew up together the whole
Right.
time.
Right. I love that. So, okay. Keeping going. So, okay, we moved to Phoenix, we start calling agents, and then when did you guys start like seeing results? Was it pretty quick or like
yeah, and then so we moved down to Arizona. Jamil tells us for like the 100th time, just start calling agents, but it took us like in person to like hear it.
Yeah,
And then we just started calling like agents from literally like 8 a.m. to like 5:30 at night, like every single day in like October. And then like every single day hustling on the phones. And then like the 16th or 17th of November. So like 45 days in a row without no deals, no contracts, anything. I lock up my first deal
let's go.
in a long time, in like months. And like we're in Arizona at this time, and it's like the savior deal because we're just like running on low on dollars. Like it's
So
it's
you're
been
stressing
dry.
a little bit.
I got a screenshot of my bank account at $90, and like there's both of us, and like we're just like, damn, we can fill the truck up with gas, or we can go get food. So like we'll figure it out.
Damn, dude.
No, yeah. it
But like,
got
how'd you guys
super low.
feel in that moment? Were you guys just like, you must have been stressing a little bit?
I knew shit was gonna happen pretty soon because like I just trusted God the whole time because it's just like
That's so cool.
I
He
feel
brought
like
us
yeah.
down here and
I would be
everything
tripping
sucks.
so hard if I only had 90 in my bank account. You guys are dope.
I feel like
How
it's
did-
just like the whole experience. I'm just like, no way, no way
Ends
all
like
of
this.
this happens and like it
And it ends
doesn't.
like
doesn't-
that.
Or you just gotta get over that. Like
So you were
last
at
month.
90 and then you get the deal. To
We're
put
at
you
like
back in?
combined like less than $1,000.
Okay, gotcha.
Like
Combined,
combined,
yeah.
both bank, like all the bank accounts.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was.
That's
bad.
crazy. That's so cool though.
And then we're just hustling. And
is
this
in
deal we
December.
lock up in the middle of like before Thanksgiving doesn't close until after Christmas.
Okay. So it takes a little while.
But like
Yeah.
we just barely made it last till like the end.
Yeah, that's
And then
crazy.
like we got some dollars and we're like finally got to breathe a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when at that beginning stage where you're like starving, it's so much harder than when you're like, okay, I have some money, I can chill out a little bit now. It's not like crazy starving.
And I feel like we were like starting, so like we literally had to make it work, but we're just like, but we didn't believe in a plan B because we knew plan A would work. We've done it in Fargo, like we just needed to really do it this time.
Yeah, there's no plan B. I get that. That just burn the bridges behind you. I love that. So I'm kind of curious because you mentioned this. Are you guys religious at all?
We grew
I don't-
up.
I'm not
I grew
real-
up
no,
Catholic,
here.
Yeah.
I'm not religious. I have a relationship with God,
Okay.
and like that's what I feel like religion is somebody else's idea of what God is, and there's a whole bunch of people trying to do that, where like everyone has their own experience and they all experience what God is. And like I have a relationship with God. I don't have like a religion I'm tied to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't. We both grew up Catholic, but like, yeah, I just like I love God. I love Jesus. Like, love Buddha. Love everyone. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I love God.
The reason why I was asking was because like you were talking about this, and this is something I've noticed too with like a lot of people when they're in that moment of crisis that like makes them get through it, is that little bit of faith, that little bit of like, there's no evidence that like I'm specifically going to be able to do it, but like I gotta have faith this is going to work out. Like the story can't end like this.
Yeah,
it's gotta happen in a way. The universe is gonna make it happen because I'm making it happen.
Yeah.
And right? I think week 1 did a really good job, and Jamil like always telling us like if you're collaborating with your source, if you're a creator, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, magical things literally will happen right in front of your eyes.
Right.
Where if you're just like trying to shut that out and like not even pay attention, that's a big part of our day.
Yeah, that's a huge part of our day. Like,
let's go through your day. Go through your entire day. What's your typical day?
So, right now, we wake up at 4.
That's so crazy. 4 a.m. Okay.
we get on Mindset Morning Coffee. Shout out to Marlon. If you're not on that,
he was on episode 6.
Go watch episode 6.
I think it's episode 6.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone needs to get on Mindset Morning Coffee. The conversations are next level, and it's just going to change the way that you think.
About?
Mindset.
Just like talking about mindset. Like this week's been a lot about like limiting beliefs about money and like making dollars, and like how the thoughts in your head start to. When you start to imagine something, the universe starts to like put it into your world.
Right.
Like physically. And it's just this week Marlon was breaking down kind of how just like your thoughts is like the first part of that creation process, and kind of like that's how God created us in his own image, because that's what God did. Like just thought of like and created the universe, however like long it took to do that. But like he gave us those same abilities to like be able to like think our reality, and like that's what he's kind of been like talking about in it. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I feel like going back to that too, whatever you think is gonna happen usually does. And like we thought we were just gonna start doing deals, so like, and then it started happening.
Very sick. So keep going. Day.
Okay.
Go through your day. 4 o'clock in the morning. He's going to mindset talks
at the gym at 4:30, and we're still like listening to Mindset Morning Coffee, and then switch on to a podcast or audio book at the gym. And then when we get home, meditation and prayer for at least an hour out of our day.
And I feel like this is the most important part of the day, like thanking God for the day, thanking him for like just the health that he's blessed.
Focus on gratitude.
Yeah.
So you do that for an hour.
Yeah.
You said, how do you, okay. Because this is just curious for me. Like I've meditated before. The way I've meditated is kind of like the way of just like focusing on your breath, right? And like that type of stuff. I've never really done prayer. What I do usually in the morning, I do it with like my team. It's like I do like this Tony Robbins video, which is like priming. So go really into, because that's the mindset part, and we're talking about that. What are you specifically doing in that hour? Are you literally like on your knees praying? Are you literally like in a meditation position? Like, what are you thinking?
I normally just sit in my closet.
Okay.
Honestly. And like, I just sit there in a meditation, but yeah, and I'm focused
for an hour.
Or like I'm doing like stretching and like yoga in that hour too. So like, but yeah, during the prayer, I'm focused on gratitude, just being thankful for everything, forgiving people who've hurt me, and then asking for that same forgiveness back from the people who I've hurt. And then just like focusing on what I want, and like kind of how you just want whatever the universe is planned for you, because it's going to be the best. Because even when you don't think it's going for you, it really is. Like either way, everything's always happening for your benefit, and just like understanding that, and just like wanting what the universe's plan is for your life to happen, because it's going to be the best plan either way.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't really know what he does, But I usually, or like, I'm
okay,
not
so
sure.
you guys aren't doing it together. You're not both in the closet.
No,
We don't
yeah.
do everything together. We just hang out a lot.
No.
Okay, so like,
No,
what's
he
up?
goes and does his own thing. I usually like either kneel on the floor or else I'll maybe go stand outside so I can like hear the birds chirping in the trees and everything. And I'll just like thank God for the day and just like please help me to just show unconditional love and forgiveness and like be able to forgive others.
A
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
forgiveness.
Yeah.
What made you
because-
guys focus on that part?
Because
Honestly,
like
yeah.
when you take that like the butt hurtness and like try to and like replace it with love, like it'll just if you're putting out that like hurtness, that's what you're gonna keep getting. So if you can like replace it with love, that's like what you'll attract.
I feel
Love
like
it.
though too, just because like the way we were growing up Catholic, where like they really focus on like you should feel guilty about yourself and feel shame, and like they really push that for some reason. In my experience, I can't say that's the same for everyone's, but like really like make sure that you feel sorry about yourself, and like that was just kind of like messed up in my head. Just like what the heck, that doesn't even make sense. So then just forgiving like all those people who told me I should feel sorry about myself, then forgiving myself for feeling sorry because someone told me I should. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff from like the past where it's just like.
And where'd you learn all of this? Was it like Jamil's week one?
Yeah.
Was it like how
all
to do
of it.
that?
No,
Yeah, it's
literally.
basically super simple and like how Jamil ends his astro calls in a prayer. But like he says in it like, Lord God, make your plans for my life abundantly clear to me.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like what I ask every single day to God is like I don't want my plan, I want your plan, and like so whatever you think is the best route and best thing for my life, that's what I want because I know that's gonna be way better than whatever I think it should be. And like I honestly think that's the biggest thing is like we just ask God that every day and then they like it just happens.
We're in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like what
You're
the
in
heck?
Vegas,
Honestly.
Yeah.
baby. I love it. Keep going. So the rest of the day.
So then after like we meditate and pray for an hour, then we usually go hot tub and then like jump
Just
in.
hot tub? Wait a minute. You guys just like chill in a hot tub for a little bit? That's hilarious. It's like, all right, guys, let's just relax in the hot tub.
No, we go hot tub at our place and then like for like 5 minutes and then jump in the pool, which is cold this time of year.
Okay.
So like cold water. You know what I mean?
I know
Like,
cold
yeah.
water.
Or,
What do
like,
you
I'm
mean?
saying,
What do
like,
you-
Cold water is a cheat code, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
so-
like you're doing it as like a
cold
mindset
plunge.
thing?
Yeah,
Cold
like
plunge.
a cold
Okay,
plunge.
so like,
Yeah.
why do you do that? Why do you do that? That was funny.
Get
It's just like I know what cold
uncomfortable.
water is, dude. So like no, but okay. So for people, like, what do you mean? What's a cold plunge? Why do you do that?
Gets your blood more circulation like throughout your whole body. It's good for all your muscles and everything, and just gets you really present when it's like cold.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like sit in that and like
Mhm.
you just get uncomfortable, but be comfortable being in that state of uncomfort.
Because usually like at first when you jump in like and start doing like cold water and cold plunges and cold showers, like you get under there and like your brain's just like get out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like when you just like become present with it and you're like
Same
you just
thing.
like feel and become really present and you're not like thinking, you're just feeling at that point.
right.
And
I
like
that.
It
I
just
think
feels crazy. Yeah. I love
yeah,
it.
it feels awesome.
That's insane. Okay, so keep going.
Then we eat breakfast and we're ripping calls around.
Okay,
like
hold on.
8,
Actually,
8:30.
let me say something. So when does that cold plunge end? What time-ish?
7:15.
So you've spent basically 3 hours and 15 minutes doing mindset stuff, physical workout,
audiobooks.
audiobooks, meditation, cold plunges. That is probably more like preparation for the day than I've heard from anybody ever. I don't think. Maybe The Rock. I don't know who prepares for the day for 3 goddamn hours. That's so crazy. Like that's just like good job, guys. Like honestly, like that's
It's
sick.
honestly, it's my favorite part of the day though.
Yeah,
Because no
I
one
bet.
else is bothering me. I'm just doing my own shit, and it's what
Yeah.
I want to be doing at that time.
Yeah, that's so nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, breakfast. What are you guys eating? Putting you on blast if it's just cereal.
Protein oatmeal.
Okay.
Protein oatmeal with the big scoop of peanut butter. Just so that
Protein.
Is that a Minnesota thing?
No.
Oh, you just love peanut
love
butter?
peanut butter,
Okay,
dude.
nice.
But
I
crunchy
love
peanut
it.
butter.
Right, it better be
Crunchy.
goddamn crunchy, guys.
Crunchy is
Otherwise,
for
they're
the
not
game.
into it.
Crunchy is
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
And then
All right.
like a protein shake and a protein bar.
Okay.
And then like kind of just plan our day, which all we're gonna do is rip calls and try to lock up deals. But then like eight until like 5:30. Sometimes maybe like 4:45, but usually like 5:30.
You go from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just cold calling?
We'll take like a 15-minute break and eat a protein around like 11:30, 12:30 ish, somewhere in there. We'll take like 15, 20 minutes.
But then other than that, we're just ripping
Calls.
That's absolutely insane. So you cold call 8-9 hours a day?
Well,
But
like a lot
we're
of it's
using our-
follow-ups, and a lot of it's like talking to buyers and like doing all the title work. and
Okay, so it's
everything, too.
follow-ups, transaction
estate
coordinating.
activities,
Yeah, mostly money-making activities.
Most of
though.
it is like cold calling agents.
How much is cold calling? Like new
Out of our,
agents?
say we like hit 50 combos in the day, like 42 of them would be agents.
No, I mean like new ones. Like when are you?
Probably
How much
like-
are you doing new outreach versus just like, hey, I'm following?
So
probably
like some
talking to,
days I'll
like-
have like, you go.
Sometimes with my follow-ups, if I have a lot of like people who said they have deals coming up, I won't talk to as many new agents, but like roughly, like I'm probably talking to like 20 or 30, and then like probably 15 of them are actually cool if I check in every once in a while.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's not every day adding new agents. Like,
Yeah.
Is it still the phone?
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys still don't have a dialer.
No.
Nah, dude.
That's so funny.
Well,
You
like,
guys-
why
you guys
change
are-
what's
you guys are
been
insane.
working?
It's
You know
true.
what I mean? Or like, what was Jamil doing when he like didn't have a dialer? He would just hand down these agents too, the
I
same
love
shit.
it.
So like
That's so
they
crazy.
have his personal number in his phone. So then in like 10 years, when I just get a random text message from an agent and you want to buy this deal, of course, 1,000% I do.
Nuts.
But yeah, the first part of the day, we just like check in with the agents that we've talked to recently that said they had something coming up. It's like we check in with people that have like told us that they have a property coming up.
And how are you keeping track of that?
I have like Podio, but it's basically just like the contacts app for iPhone. It's literally just like the name, the number,
And a task.
and like
Follow up
note,
date.
like a little square of like notes,
Gotcha.
and like the follow up date. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and then we just like rock down, and I'm like,
You
oh,
only
okay,
take 15 minutes for lunch. Is that what you said?
Bro, 15, 20, 30 sometimes.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
but like
just
we're
straight-
like walking around outside all day too, or like we like make the environment really good for us just to be able to be in it a long time.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Or like I'm having a
So
good
what do you
time
mean?
all
What
day.
is your setup?
We
So
set
we
up
got a table and we have like coolers that you put like drinks and ice in, and then we put our laptops on top of those coolers and we just rip calls.
and then we just like
That's so crazy.
we just click the
so
whoever I gotta
you're
call.
literally just on your phone. You're like, all right, here's who I got to call. Boop, 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 boop. Call them. And then you're like typing in notes at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah, or else
I
just
got-
like listen to the combo and then update them. Yeah,
I got a deal locked up. We closed in March. It was like for $15K, and I had my shirt off, and like the agent had no idea the whole time. I was getting a suntan, and we were just ripping
Guys,
calls.
it is so simple that if you just have the persistence, like to anybody listening, to just every day get your phone out, find like agent number. Where do you guys get the agent numbers from? Is it from our realtor list?
Realtor.com works really good. That's where we had a lot of them. But then, yeah, we got a list from a title company
Yeah, it
too.
just literally gives it a free list.
Yeah.
So you just call. So here's what you guys do to make bajillions of dollars. Call your local title company. Be like, hey, I want all of the agents in XYZ area. Then call all of them, and then you have money.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah,
More or
call
less.
as many people as you can.
Do you guys have
about
like a
it.
script?
no, I say it'll be like ring ring, and I'll be like, oh, hey Joanne, yeah, I was actually just reaching out. I'm looking to buy a property that maybe could use some fixing up or would be good as a remodel. Do you have anything coming up like that?
And you just talk.
Yeah.
And then you just have a conversation and just make them like you and just be funny.
That's
I tell them
hilarious.
all that I'm their best friend, and then I send them my contacts, and it says your best friend Brandon.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
love
Your
it.
best friend Brandon. I love that
Then
stuff.
they'll remember me when they walk in.
It's so insane. You guys are just insane people. I love it. It's so good. So, okay. Dang. So 5 p.m. Then what? Like the end of the day.
He'll cook some bomb food, and then
cook some good ass food, and then we'll just watch a podcast like Wholesale Hotline or like Millionaire Before 30 or like one of these for like the rest of the night. Sleeping by 9. Same.
Just
Repeat.
do the thing every single day.
Consistency.
Do you guys
is
take any
key.
days off?
we don't usually call agents unless like we're working on a deal and like sending out offers or something on like a Saturday, but usually we don't rip calls on Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, so weekends you take off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just hang out.
All
But
day
we'll, like,
Sunday
hustle.
for sure, and
Yeah.
then we'll take care of everything on Saturday until like
If
New
like
Year
a
too.
contract needs to be signed or
Well,
something.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Money's like on the line,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But like, so like weekends, what are you guys doing? Just chilling out, hiking and stuff?
Yeah, we like to drive up like into the mountains
Cool.
in like Arizona.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Dang. I just love it so much just hearing that story of just tenacity and being like, look, I know this one thing works because it's working. So let's just keep doing that forever.
No.
Do that forever. I love it so much because you will 100% be successful. The next step is we got to systematize it.
Yeah.
That's the next step for you guys. Is like, all right, this is dope, but somebody's got to be like creating a system where it's more automated.
Yeah.
We got like a VA doing something. So like we can like have them like organizing the stuff. Maybe we should get our own buyers now and like make that happen
Yeah.
so that you're like here and you're still making money. Because
Yeah.
like right now you kind of have to chill and like you can't make calls like for the next couple of days.
Right.
Right.
And that's like the next step for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. What if you guys could go back to yourselves? Like to that day where you watched that TikTok and to that day where he called you, what would you like tell yourselves in your like current forms?
Join Astro Flipping 1000% because like money back guarantee.
Oh,
And
bro.
just only
If we started
if we
calling
just started
agents,
talking to
like,
agents,
right
we
away.
could have dominated in Fargo, North Dakota, in Detroit, Michigan, in Tampa, Florida. If we just started doing the just agents, just focused on that and got that right away, we'd like probably be like in a helicopter right now.
We'd be in a helicopter, guys. We would have helicoptered from Phoenix all the way here.
No, if you talk to honestly like 30 to 50 real estate agents a day, you should do like 1 to 3 deals a month.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that so much. What books do you guys recommend to people?
Secrets
Or
of the
and
Millionaire Mind is
podcasts.
good.
And podcasts. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind.
10X Rule by Grant Cardone is really
That was a
good.
one.
Okay.
Profit
So
First
why
was a good one.
why are these books good?
I think Secrets to the Millionaire Mind, and like I just got done reading that one, but it's just saying like a lot of people can figure out how to make money, but then like the next step is where most or like because like there's a certain amount of people that don't even like learn how to make dollars, but then like everyone can make a lot of money. Like making money isn't the hard part. Like you can get dollars coming in, but like what to do with that's the hard part.
Right.
And like Secrets to the Millionaire Mind and Profit First kind of tell you how to like what to do with it when you get income.
What do you do with it?
Right now we've just created like 3 accounts. So like right now like we get a deal, 30% or like a third goes to like profit, third goes to taxes, and then third goes to
That's
expenses.
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the exact same system. That's dope. 10x why? Why the 10x book?
I just love how Grant Cardone talks and just like the way the energy that he gives off, and he says some real ass shit that a lot of people need to hear and just accept, but like a lot of people don't.
No, that 10x rule is a really good one for
Cool.
sure.
And what was the last one?
Profit First.
Oh, you said that one. So that was like kind of similar with Secrets of Millionaire Mindset.
Yeah.
So okay, podcasts.
A really
Yeah.
spiritual book that's like really good is The Power of Now.
That one's insane.
And-
Yeah, that was a good one.
And The Way of Zen by Alan Watts.
I want to read that. Alan Watts
That
is
is-
so cool.
Yeah, that is really
Those two
really
books,
good
yeah,
one.
The Power of Now, seriously. Like,
And then our just podcast, wholesaling podcast, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like it.
Pretty much. Wholesale Hotline, Millionaire Before 30.
Grant Cardone's.
Grant Cardone's got a podcast. This one.
I like how you guys watch this one. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that somebody's watching other than my parents. I like it. Guys, how can the people reach you? How can they sell you deals?
Hit me up on Instagram, just
I'm
Brandon
gonna put this
Trana.
in here. I'm gonna put this in here now.
Yep.
I'm gonna like put it in the chat.
Send me a DM. Let's connect.
Brandon Trana, right?
Yep.
And then at Dylan Trana.
Underscore Trana.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Hit these boys up. They're amazing, especially if you've got deals in Phoenix. They're like crushing that market. They're about to take over Keighley as far as I'm concerned. Like these boys are gonna be so fucking wealthy and they're gonna have such good lives, and they already have such good lives, and it's dope watching you guys. It's sick. Like you guys, I don't think you guys understand because you're so young how insane it is that you're starting at like 19 and 20. Like, I don't think you understand like how rare that is. Like when anybody who's watching this and is like, what we're thinking back to what they were doing when they were 19 and 20, they're like, man, that's some nutty stuff.
Yeah.
So
and thank you so much for letting us come on here and share our story,
bro.
and just like getting out on social media more, because like Scorch the Fears, one of my fears is posting on social media.
Yeah, honestly, like,
wait,
this
hold
is
on.
super
I'm
good.
not ending this
No.
then. Let's talk about it a little bit. Why
Wait, I
social media?
I just want to say we're super, or like I'm for sure. I guess I'm not going to speak for you, but like I'm super grateful. Like for astro flipping, like we get to learn from like Jamil, but then like have guys like you around like in the community and like be like a big bro to us and like kind of make sure we're pointed in the right direction. Because I know if you see us doing some stupid shit, you'll be like, hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And like you'll just like make sure we're doing the right thing. So like
you're doing pretty good. I haven't said that yet. The only thing you guys need to do is systematize a little bit more. It's like you guys have made enough money where it's like, all right, let's get off. Let's do some power dialer or something or figure something else out.
But no, or like honestly, like learning from Jamil Damji, Zach Keeps, Ryan Zolan, like learning from these guys in Phoenix, and like they just want to see us crush too, and they want to buy deals too. So like we're just like sounds good to me, and like they're just like being around all these people and just like learning from all these awesome people like really has helped us like so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to get more into that though. Why are you guys afraid of social media?
I honestly, when it comes to people, and like I really don't give a damn what people think about me, but then when it's just like I gotta post something, I'm just like, damn, why the fuck is everyone just gonna watch this 100 times or what?
Honestly, at the
I don't even
beginning
know
of
what
this,
to
I was
post,
like still shaking
A little
bit.
nervous.
Yeah, at the beginning of it, but like now we kind of like opened up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just us talking.
Yeah.
So, okay, but what about it? Is it because you're worried about
I
what other
honestly-
people are thinking, or is it like, what is it?
No, it's just like I don't know what content that I should be putting out, because I'm not.
Right.
I'm not just trying to post a bunch of shit, because I like mute people on Instagram if I don't like their feed, and like
You're
I'm
worried
trying to
somebody
post-
else would be
I'm
muted.
trying to post something where people like get inspired or they get some sort of value out of it, and I'm just like kind of confused on what I should be posting.
You guys just need to Gary Vee it. Like, where honestly, like you gotta do what like we've been doing, like where you're just like literally one of you should just be recording the other doing an agent call or something like that, and being like, "Yo, this is how you make $10,000 in 5 minutes." Here we go.
Yeah.
Something like that. And the reason is like here's it, because I also had that same fear, right? Like mine was very specifically like, I don't know, like what, like I had this rationalization in my head. It was like, I don't care about other people. Like, why do they? Seems like I'm being kind of a little bit vain putting like all this stuff out here. Like, why they don't need to know like what I'm doing? Like they're like I don't want to be bragging about what I'm doing, like that type of stuff. And then Pace told me something. Pace is one of my mentors, where he was like, in his mastermind, like we spent a good day on just social media, and he had one line that completely changed it for me, where I was like, God dang it, now I have to do this podcast and these Instagram stories. And it was basically like, how did he say it? You're letting people down from you have so much value to give that you're doing a disservice to other people by not
sharing.
posting.
Yeah.
It's not about you two. It's about the fact that you could teach somebody on like that 5-minute call how to do it, where they now can feed their family or they can feed themselves.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about it like that, then you're like, now I have to do it.
Yeah.
Now it's like screw everyone else. I might be able to make it where somebody gets to eat tonight or somebody gets to feed their kid. When you start thinking of it like that, then you're like, damn, now I'm going to do it all
That is
the
like
time.
a total paradigm shift,
Right?
Like,
Isn't
it's
it?
like I'm just like, what are honestly, like that's what the fear is. Like, what are other people thinking about it? Like, that's for me. Like, that's what it is. And like just not knowing like what I'm gonna go put out there, but like probably anything real estate related is gonna be more beneficial than people not seeing it. You know what I mean?
Also, some of your guys' stuff is freaking hilarious. So like when you guys do post stuff, it's really goddamn funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I'm laugh so hard sometimes. But like, no, seriously, you guys gotta. It's that paradigm shift. Like honestly, like this type of stuff. Like now, people are actually telling me they're watching. They're like learning a lot of stuff and going through it. I got Noah Hoffman a client from this, which was super cool because they were just watching, and he's like an Airbnb manager. And like you can start seeing the positiveness of social media and putting stuff out there. And like when you really start taking to heart that like it's not about you at all. It's all about the people in your network learning. If people are muting you, then like they just like, you know, they're just not your people. They're not the ones you were meant to be with anyways, right? So
no, yeah, I get that. Or like the muting people, I don't care if they don't watch my stuff. I just don't want to be that person who's just like annoying with all these posts. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about it. You don't.
My shit's funny.
You could, yeah, no, it is
because there's people that's looking for what he's saying we should be posting. You know?
Yeah, I mean, also people the main thing is also learning exactly how to do it. Do stories. Like the stories are meant to just be posted constantly, and then Instagram posts are for like something really special.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's how I would do it. And then the stories, it's like you should just post as much as possible. Who cares? Shamil and Pace post like freaking 10, 12 stories a day.
Yeah.
I've been not on it recently. I've just been posting stuff with this. I've been trying to like, I sometimes get into that too. It's like, man, like, I don't know if I should say every single morning, like rise and grind, but people love it. Like, it's hilarious. But like, I start getting bored with myself of just doing that. I'm like, man, I got to like think of something else. But also, I think I should just keep doing it because it's really funny to certain people.
It's so damn funny. You're like the last person in the country.
Because I'm like waking up last, like,
let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start the day, bam.
No,
all
that's
right.
sweet.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get on you guys.
Yeah,
now I'm gonna like keep messaging you like, yo, where's your story today?
Yep.
What you doing? You guys posting agent calls would be so valuable,
right?
And I feel like it'd be so funny sometimes too with your guys like Michigander, Minnesotander accents or whatever.
Oh no, that's funny. But no, like thank you for like having us on here because like this is like part of it and like helping us like be able to talk in front of the camera more.
It doesn't matter. Like honestly, like I don't like there's like some viewers on here every once in a while, but like it's just like not that big a deal. It's like just us hanging out. I mean, it is a big like. I mean, yes, even when there's like 1,000 people on here, it doesn't really matter. The point is like you're just like talking, and like it's cool if other people are watching, but it's whatever. Awesome, guys. So everybody can freaking follow these boys. You see it in the comments. Brandon Trana, Dylan Trana. Hit them up with deals. Hit them up if you want to learn how to talk to agents. It's amazing. I'm going to wrap this up. Episode 20 in the books. Now we're going to enjoy Vegas.
Let's fucking go.
Thanks, man. All right. Bye, y'all. Bye, fam.